Hello, everybody. Whoever is here, thank you for being here. Trying to get the live stream to others and trying to get. I'm just gonna close everything that's not essential for the live stream. Then we'll see what goes on from there. You know, I'm gonna try the stream avatars again. Hopefully that won't mess anything up. That does use the Hi Warrior Princess Dragon. Could you please try and spread the link on Discord and give it to everybody who was here in the first one? We actually went down. I don't know if you saw that, but we did. We went down for the count. And it says that our ad suitability is a little low on that specific live stream, so we might not, it might not have been our fault. That is a kind of strange. I have no idea what was going on with that. That is kind of weird. And you're right. You're right. It did stop the live stream though. I think so, because it says our ad suitability was low. That's kind of weird, right?
You can't stop the TV. You can't turn this black.
That is true. Anyway, it was just weird. You know, that was really strange. Let's see. It says there's 3 people watching. Oh, fudge stickles. So in the old one, in the old live stream, it says there was 3 people watching. So hi, mutant artificial intelligence. Could you please try to get the link to others? Thank you so much, and sorry about that. I don't know what happened. We have no idea what the hell happened. So we're just having like what, 1 or 2 programs open, and that's it. Which is the visuals you're seeing, and that is, and the, of course, the program that's running the live stream itself is basically what we have on now. So at this point, nada. You know, so I'm gonna try and find that story for Kenny and put it on his phone instead, so he could read it from there instead of reading it from the computer, to see if maybe that that was just weird. And thank you. Oh, okay, so I'll put it on mine, which is on it's on data, so hopefully it will not interfere with our internet or anything else for that matter. Let's see what happens, right? Here's hoping, you know. And thank you guys for coming back, the ones that did. Let me see. It says here there's 3 watching now. Thank you guys who came back. And so sorry about that. That was really crazy and weird. I have no clue what happened, you know. Let me see. So, oh, that is weird. Okay, here you go. So right now we're just running 3 programs. The encoder software for the live stream, stream avatars, and the visuals that you see in the background. Those are the only 3 programs we are running on the computer.
Warrior Princess Dragon says that she stopped playing her game for us. Thank you. And then she fell asleep, but then she woke up. Okay. We got Mary P. She's back saying, yay, thank you for being here, Mary. Tell me, how do you like the visuals? Are the visuals looking okay on your end, Mary? We'd love to know. And do we sound okay? And is the music okay? Let us know, okay? I'd appreciate that. Oh man, what a crazy time it's been. Crazy. We're still working on this mega collab. It is so huge and crazy. I think it's gonna be out by my birthday because it's a massive project. Massive. We're doing things that are next level stuff. Believe it. So just be patient and hang in there with us, everybody. You know. Ooh, thank you, April. She says awesome visuals. Really appreciate that. Mary says yes, they look great. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It looks awesome, says Mutant Artificial. Awesome, fantastic. Thank you. We're gonna try to get the story, the petting zoo going somehow. Yeah,
I want to try and see though
What?
If that story really is in fact free to read, because for some reason, you know, that could also. Wait a minute. Here we go. I think I found it. I'm just wondering. You know what? You're right. Okay, so yeah, I found the story. I'm just trying to look and see, you know, what it says here as far as terms. I mean, because he found it on a public domain website, so there's no reason at all for. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. All right. Um, let's see. Oh, was it? What is it saved under? Mobile. Okay, gotcha. All right. So yeah, you guys, that was weird.
April has to go take her puppies out. Her doggos. So she'll be right back.
Oh, puppies. I love puppies.
So I'm watching this new show. Any of you have Amazon Prime? You know how there's Netflix and Hulu and now Disney. Does anybody here have the Amazon Prime streaming service? I'm watching this show. It's called, was it The Hunters? Oh, a very interesting show. The Hunters. Gotta check that out.
Well, what is the show about? Tell the people who
Why don't you tell them what it's about?
Because I'm looking for the story.
Okay, it's about basically, it's set in the 70s, I think. In the 70s. And it's like survivors of the Holocaust are hunting at Nazis that are like hidden, you know, hidden here with different aliases, trying to get away with their crimes and go, you know, undetected. But then they hunt each other, you see, because the war is still on in both of their minds. You know, the war is not over, even though it's been over 30 years, you know. So it's interesting. It's an interesting show. It's an interesting concept. It has Al Pacino in it, and Al Pacino is freaking a G. Love Al Pacino, love Scarface, love The Godfather. Al Pacino, it's amazing. Al Pacino's fantastic. But I see we got somebody new in the chat.
I guess now we have 4 programs open. Let's hope.
I see we have somebody new in the chat. Check it out. It is the Trash Stash. I see you. It's good to see you, Trash Stash. You're in his house. His house. His house. I need Trash Stash to hook up with me, man. I like some of his or some of their stuff. It's pretty funny. I like to throw up some of those ads here when I want to go for a commercial break, you know, and I need to use the boys' room, or when Mysterio needs to go get a snack, you know. But yeah, listen, if any of you guys want to help us out, if you want to like you know, make some funny commercial type stuff that we could probably throw on when we want to take a break, that would be cool. But this is good to read, right?
From what I see, I mean, it doesn't say anything otherwise. If something happens, then, you know, I guess I'll let you know. I'm gonna be looking for it right now, actually.
All right, cool. So then I'm gonna try to read Peter De Niverville, The Petting Zoo. At first, Johnson thought it was a joke, speeding down the country road. Hold on, Mysterio. This is, you want me to read from here? I can't even see all the words. It's kind of cut off.
I am so sorry. I don't know. Okay.
I guess I can move it back and forth. Okay, that's not a problem. At first, Johnson thought it was a joke, speeding down the country road. The crude sign was only a blur, but it was that one word, slowing down. He swung the Lexus onto the paved shoulder. In the rear view mirror, he could see it clearly. The sign was tacked to a stick that was stuck in the ground just beyond the paved shoulder. Shifting the powerful car into reverse, Johnson jammed the accelerator down. The tires squealed and loose gravel flew as he tore back up the road. Screeching to a halt, Johnson stared at the faded handwriting. Ellsworth's famous spider petting zoo. 5 minutes next right. Spiders fascinated Johnson. One summer, when he was 8, a large gold and black spider had taken up residence underneath the shingles by the back door. Every morning, Johnson would gather up ants in a jar from a nest in the scrubby woods behind his house. One by one, he would drop the wriggling insects into the web. With lightning speed, the spider sprung from her hiding place and raced towards the victim. Sinking her fangs into the ant, she would retreat, waiting for the poison to take effect. When the ant slowly stopped struggling, she would climb back down and delicately wrap her prey in a white shroud. This continued until one day his mother caught him. "What a cruel little boy you are," she scolded between clenched teeth as she pummeled his backside. He could still feel the shame of being spanked. Years later, in a rare moment of remorse, Johnson wondered what it was like for the ant, trapped, helpless, waiting for the spider to return. Did they know fear or horror? Or was that something only humans experienced? The insect brain was too small, he told himself. Or so he had hoped. 5 miles, thought Johnson. This side trip might only add another half hour or so to his journey. He would still have time once he got to his motel to have a shower. The dinner meeting with the buyer from the supermarket chain wasn't until 6 o'clock, and it was only 4 now. Coasting forward, Johnson scanned the road looking for the turnoff. About 100 yards ahead, he saw a lane that intersected with the highway. Flicking on his turn signal, he shot a quick glance at his watch. "If I don't find it in 15 minutes, he promised himself, I'll turn back." Accelerating smoothly, he turned onto a well-paved secondary road with deep ditches on either side. Punching the buttons on the CD player, he stretched his arms, settling back into the soft leather seat. As the throbbing beat of Queen filled the Lexus, his mood lightened. An unexpected adventure in an otherwise boring day. Johnson hated his job, endless meetings with bad food and balding buyers, too many drinks and too many hangovers. He was packing on the pounds too. "I have to get back to the gym," he reminded himself. The only redeeming feature of his job was that he was good at it. Top sales rep for the last 3 years. "I should have been an actor," he told himself. "Instead, I'm selling toilet paper and tampons to these turkeys." As the needle of the speedometer crept higher and higher, the neatly kept fields and freshly painted houses became a blur. Mile after mile slipped by. Johnson felt that he and the car had become one, soaring along like a hawk on a summer's breeze. But his mood soon soured. The condition of the road deteriorated. Asphalt gave way to chip seal, which gave way to gravel, and finally ended up as dirt. Johnson jumped on the brakes when a huge pothole emerged in the center of the road. Cursing the delay, he checked his watch again. It was almost 5. The long drive down the country road had dulled his sense of time. I better turn around, he cautioned himself. As he studied the road ahead, looking for a safe place to make a U-turn, he saw it. An old farmhouse, set back from the road. If it hadn't been for the pothole, he would have missed it completely. By the mailbox, a freshly painted sign read, Ellsworth's famous spider petting zoo. Open year-round. All visitors welcome. This must be the place, he concluded. Carefully turning up the heavily rutted lane, Johnson wondered what he would find. Perhaps one of the locals playing a joke on the tourists, he mused. Tall grass slapped at the bottom of the car and rusted barbed wire clung to the rotted post that ran alongside the lane. In the untilled fields, scrubby brushes had sprung up like mushrooms. Johnson tried to imagine what the farm looked like in better days, but it was impossible. When he reached the top of the hill, the farmhouse looked even more decrepit. Blistered paint hung from the wooden shingles, and there was a disturbing sag in the middle of the roof. What once had been the side garden was now occupied by tall thistles, and a mass of tangled timbers indicated the former site of the main barn. Except for the glass still being intact in the windows, the house looked abandoned. Where is everybody? Thought Johnson. In response to his question, an old woman dressed in black skirt and a woolen sweater stepped out the side door. She was gnarled and withered, like the lone apple tree that stood in the yard. Johnson guessed she must have been at least 70, maybe even 80 years old. "What you want?" she spat. Turning off the CD player and rolling down the car window, he replied, "Is this the petting zoo?" "That's what the sign says, don't it?" Ignoring her rudeness, Johnson continued, "Are you open?" "I'll get Jake. He out back chopping wood." He watched as she shuffled down a dirt path and disappeared around the corner of the house. Charming, thought Johnson. Opening the car door, he stepped out. Despite the poverty, the farm had a certain rustic appeal, which reminded him of the house that he grew up in the country. But there was something odd, something missing. Where are the flies? Thought Johnson. On most farms, the low buzz of the black swarms were constant, but here there was none. Except for the moaning of the wind, it was quiet. Perhaps it was the lack of animals, he thought, or maybe it was the stiff breeze at the top of the hill that kept them at bay. Glancing down at his watch, he frowned. It was after 5 o'clock. If he did not get back on the road soon, he would be late for his appointment. Either that or skip his shower. After driving all day, Johnson did not want to skip the soothing ritual. Taking one last look around, he reached for the handle of the car door. Just then, the old woman reappeared, and behind her an even more wizened-up old man wearing faded blue overalls and a nicotine-stained undershirt. Stopping at the corner of the house, the old man spat out a long jet of chewing tobacco on the ground. Wiping his mouth with the back of his hand, he paused momentarily to study Johnson. Speaking to the old woman, he said in a low tone, Thought I heard a car come up. Wants to see your spiders, she said before he turned away and went back into the farmhouse, letting the screen door slam behind her. You want to see my spiders, young fella? Sure, if you're open to it. How much? Looking over the Lexus, he scratched his ruddy face and said, $50. 50? That's ridiculous. Shrugging his shoulders, the old man said, take it or leave it. I got works to do. Then he spat out another long jet of chewing tobacco and turned to go. I can't leave now, after coming all this way, thought Johnson, taking another quick glance at his watch. He said irritably, all right. This better be good. The old man smirked and licked his lips as Johnson whipped out a crispy $50 bill from his wallet. Johnson did not like the old man's greedy look and hastily shoved his wallet back into his pants pocket. Thanks, said the older man sarcastically, snatching the bill from Johnson's hand. Looking it over carefully, he folded it up neatly, stuck it in his pocket, and said, follow me. The old man led Johnson down an overgrown path to a shed at the back of the farmhouse. Inside, the dim glow of the fluorescent tubes highlighted the dozen plywood shelves that ran along the walls. In contrast to the rest of the house, the shed was neat, almost antiseptic in appearance. Sitting on each shelf was a glass terrarium filled with twigs and rocks. In the case closest to Johnson, a small garden spider was spinning a web in the corner. That's an orb spider, said the old man. I know, said Johnson, annoyed by the interruption. You know spiders? A bit, replied Johnson. I used to study them when I was a kid. I bet you're the type that like to feed 'em, eh? Catch bugs, drop 'em in, see what happens. Fun, ain't it? Suddenly Johnson was uncomfortable. How did he guess my secret, he wondered. Johnson felt the warm rush of blood to his neck and ears as he started to blush. No need to be ashamed, young fella. All kids do it. It's natural. Trying to change the topic, Johnson asked, You've been at this long, keeping spiders? Yeah, I've been at it a while. Most folks are scared of spiders. Not me. Me and spiders get along real good. Johnson turned back to watch a large black spider in another case sucking up the half-digested slurry of its latest victim. Trying to be polite, Johnson asked, Bet you don't get many visitors here, being so far from the highway. Don't need 'em, said the old man. This is just a sideline. Pausing for effect, he added, I breed 'em. Johnson looked puzzled. For the college, explained the old man, they use 'em for research. Does it pay well? Good enough. And they don't know squat about spiders, said the old man, spitting on the floor. Johnson looked down and saw that a streak of the sticky black tobacco had splashed on his shoes. I've been doing research of my own, said the old man proudly. Spiders are just like any other critter. Cows, horses, dogs. They's all the same. Bred the best with the best and you get the best. Or the old man's voice trailed off as he started to laugh. There was something about his tone that made Johnson uneasy. You want to see my prized winner? Johnson looked around.
Oh, she ain't here. I keep her in the barn, kinda makes these critters nervous. I can't say as I blames them. Wanna see her?
The way the old man said it, the question sounded more like a challenge. Johnson hesitated. He wanted to say no, but he could not let the old man see he was afraid. Sure, answered Johnson. What could it be? He asked himself. A tarantula? With the old man in front, they went down a lesser-used path to a small barn behind a stand of trees that made it invisible from the farmhouse. A shiny new lock on a rusted hasp yielded to the old man's keys.
I don't like kids messing with my stuff.
The ancient wooden door swung open. Inside, it was pitch black. Johnson hesitated. What was it that made him apprehensive? His mouth felt dry and he tried to swallow.
Go on in,
taunted the old man as he shoved Johnson through the door. Stumbling on the raised sill, Johnson fell to one knee, ripping his pants. Damn it! He cursed.
There's a light switch ahead of you,
the old man reassured him.
Just pull the string.
The stench of moldy hay made Johnson gag. Where is it? The spider, he called out. She's in the back. You can't miss her. Where's the light? Right in front of you. Can't you see it? Mocked the old man. Johnson stretched out his hand. At first he could not feel anything. Then slowly, groping the air in, he caught hold of it. Johnson's heart leapt in relief. But there was something strange. The line didn't feel like string. It was sticky, like a... Pulling the line, Johnson knew he had made a mistake. Something rustled in the rafters above him and bits of straw floated down. Johnson bolted for the opening. Enjoy yourself, crackled the old man as he slammed the door and locked it. Let me out! Let me out! Shouted Johnson, pounding the door. Let me out, you old buzzard! But it was no use. The dried-out wooden door was like iron. Pausing to catch his breath, his fist throbbing, Johnson looked around. Slowly, his eyes grew accustomed to the dark. What appeared to be a black chasm was in fact the side entrance to the barn. There must be another way out, he thought, but where? In the gloom, he could see that beyond the entryway was a large open space, and beyond that a boarded-up window through which thin shafts of sunlight streamed. Great! All I have to do is cross the barn, pull off one or two of those boards, and climb out, thought Johnson. Then I'll show that old man. $50? He'll wish I'd never stopped. Then he heard another rustle overhead, and more straw floated down. Who is it? Who's there? He called out. I bet it's that old man, thought Johnson. He thinks he's going to scare me. Sure, you just keep that up, old man, Johnson called out again. Let's see how much laughing you'll do when I bash your face in. But first I got to get to that window. Be careful, he cautioned himself. This barn must be full of junk. Don't want to fall down and get hurt. Despite the heat in the barn, he shivered. Licking the sweat off of his upper lip, Johnson slowly picked his way across the wide wooden planked barn floor, being careful not to trip. Shadows of old machinery and tools loomed around him. A leather harness that hung from the wall looked like a hangman's noose. There was a peculiar smell too. It reminded him of a package of chicken that he once left in the trunk of his car on a hot summer day. It was the sickly sweet scent of rotting meat. Oh, gross, muttered Johnson. "There's a dead animal in here." In less than a minute, he had crossed the barn and was standing in front of the boarded-up window. Blocking his exit were 3 boards nailed haphazardly into the frame. Either the old man was too weak or too lazy to drive them all the way in, concluded Johnson. "I can probably pull them off with my bare hands." He smiled triumphantly. The first board was half rotted and fell apart in his hands. Light streamed in as it came away from the frame. Then he shifted his attention to the second one, the board in the middle. If he could get this one off, he could easily climb out. But this board wouldn't be so easy. It was like the old door of the barn, dried out and as tough as steel. Gripping the board with both hands, he began pulling. The nails squealed in protest, and the board started to move. "Only a little bit further," grunted Johnson. The thought of throttling the old man excited him. Just a bit further, another half an inch. He could almost feel his fingers closing around the old man's scrawny neck, the eyes bulging, the tongue sticking out. Another half inch. Then it stopped. Desperately, Johnson yanked at the board, but it was no use. It would not yield. "I need more leverage," he said to himself. Balancing on one foot, he braced his other against the window frame and started pulling again. The muscles in his forearms and back bulged as he strained against the board. Sweat rolled down his forehead and into his eyes. "Come on," he pleaded with the wood. "Come on!" In his frustration, Johnson did not hear the soft tap, tap, tap on the floor behind him. Tap, 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 like a blind man with his cane. Tap, tap, tap. Then it was too late. It struck. The force of the attack rammed his face first up against the wall, knocking the wind out of him. Warm blood trickled from his nose and ran down his cheek. What was that? Turning around slowly, he could see in the light from the window his attacker. It was crouched inside an empty stall along the opposite wall, the legs tensed, ready to spring. It was a spider. No doubt one of the old man's experiments. But this was no ordinary spider. It was huge. About the size of a pit bull with legs that extended out 3 or 4 feet on either side. Its eyes stared coldly at him. Johnson did a quick tally of his injuries. Except for his bloody nose, he was unharmed. Perhaps the large size of the creature made it difficult for it to mount an attack. He conjectured. Possibly it did not even recognize him as prey. Spiders normally eat moths and insects, he reminded himself, not human beings. When he was a kid, Johnson liked to throw twigs into a web just to see the spider's reaction. Invariably, after pouncing on the object, the spider would pluck it out of the web, turn it over, and drop it on the ground. Johnson hoped this spider would show the same lack of interest. From its vantage point at the other end of the barn, the creature seemed puzzled, unsure of itself. "Spiders are cautious," he told himself. "It's waiting for me to make the next move." Although every fiber in his body screamed, "Run," his brain told him to stay still. The spider was too big and too fast to outrun. "I need a weapon," he told himself. Quickly looking around, he saw the rotted board from the window laying at his feet. It was about 2 feet long with a jagged point at one end. It'll have to do. Slowly he bent down to pick it up. The spider crouched low, like a sprinter, ready to strike again. Johnson froze, his fingers inches from the board. "Easy, girl," he whispered softly. "Easy." The spider relaxed, but not completely. Deliberately, it began to move forward. Tap, tap, tap. Johnson was amazed by the creature's grace, like a ballerina tiptoeing in from the darkened wings of a theater. It was a marvel of beauty and design. The body, covered by fine gray hair, had the look of velvet, while the 8 legs that extended from the thorax provided speed and balance. As it approached Johnson, the spider carefully extended one foreleg towards him. Johnson quickly knocked it away with his hand. The creature stopped and cocked its plate-sized head to one side. The 8 eyes looked like black fists. Then the leg came forward again. At the tip, Johnson could see the spike-like claw for catching prey. It touched his left shoulder. Through his jacket, he could feel the sharp point digging into his skin. Johnson winced and stepped backwards into the wall. But there was no place to go. Slowly, the other foreleg came forward. Johnson recoiled, trying to ward off the attack with his free arm, but the creature was too strong. It brushed his arm aside as if it was a piece of lint and planted a second claw into his other shoulder. Johnson cried out, "Help! Help!" Then the spider reared up on its hind legs, forcing Johnson to his knees. For a brief moment, he and the creature looked into each other's eyes. It was almost like love. Then he saw the 6-inch fangs that extended from the head. Drops of venom gleamed in the half-light. He watched in fascination as the cruel daggers arched high over him. Then he screamed as they plunged deeply into his chest. Instantly, white-hot pain ripped through his body. Then it was gone. The spider had retreated back to the stall. Johnson knew that he had only a minute or two before the poison paralyzed him. "This is it," he said to himself. "My only chance." Ignoring his wounds, Johnson turned back to the window. Grabbing at the board, he yanked and pulled to no avail. Already the venom was having its effect. His hands were numb and his arms felt like lead. Gasping for air, he threw himself at the boards again and again, but it was no use. He was beaten. Great sobs shook his body as he slumped to the floor. "This can't be happening to me," he protested. "It's ridiculous." Looking back at the spider, he could see that it still had not moved. What is she waiting for, he wondered. Why is she finishing me off? He soon had his answer. Shimmering like a gray overcoat, there was something on the spider's back. It moved and undulated like a small wave, flowing back and forth. Then a piece of the wave pulled away and dropped to the floor. It was another spider, only a lot smaller, about the size of a rat. Johnson recalled that some spiders carry their young on their backs. Horrified, he realized that he had stumbled into their nursery and it was feeding time. Another one dropped to the floor, and then another, and then another. Soon, there was a long line of spiders slowly crawling towards him. Through fading eyesight, he saw the first one reach his foot. Tentatively, its foreleg probed the air until it found his leg and patted it. It was light and delicate, like the touch of a child. Johnson opened his mouth to scream, but no sound came out. The last thing Johnson saw before he lost consciousness was a spider tearing a piece of his flesh from the back of his hand. Back at the farmhouse, the old man picked up the whiskey bottle from the kitchen table, poured himself another drink, and plopped down on the ancient lazy boy recliner. "How long it take, Jake?" asked the old woman. "Not long," he grunted. "They
They ain't since Sunday. They ain't eat since Sunday. Get a better sign to attract more folks. Nah, the sign's okay anyway, we don't need a crowd, said the old man, taking a long, hard swallow. What you gonna do with his car? She asked, standing at the window admiring the now ownerless Lexus. I hear young Dougal needs one for running moonshine, willing to pay a good price too, said the old man. Won't he ask questions? Wondered the old woman, pouring a drink and easing herself down onto a dusty couch. Nah, he don't care, snickered the old man. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Meanwhile, pass the remote. Let's see what's on Dr. Phil.
That was awesome, you guys. Thank you so much, baby, for reading that story. Let me turn that on. It's not on yet. I had to turn it off for a little while because it was acting a little crazy. So now you see that? You heard that? The fans sped up. Yeah, we're gonna have to revamp all of our system to make sure we can run multiple programs, you know. But look, you got people applauding in the chat. Mutant gave you 4 applauses and thumbs up and 3 spiders and a ghost. So I
a
say
ghost.
Yeah.
A ghost.
Yeah, that is
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's a cool set of, you know, critters there and creatures. So that's awesome. But yeah, you guys have no idea.
I was always terrified of spiders. I'm not gonna lie. I still don't care for them too much. Like when I was little, I went onto a boat at a lake and there was a tiny spider and I screamed. And my older cousins was like, "What are you screaming for?" There's a spider in the boat. Big spider. They went, it was a tiny little spider. Never got along with spiders.
Oh, that's really funny.
I feel sorry for Johnson, man. Damn. He got done dirty by that old couple at the spider petting zoo. Jesus. $50 to die.
Spider petting zoo.
He paid $50 and got eaten. Jeez.
Oh goodness.
What a gimmick.
That totally is a gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the cell phone companies. We're paying them for them to spy on us and track our data and metadata and practices, right?
And the worst part about
we're paying them.
Yeah, that we're paying them to actually spy on us. So that is true. And also, another thing though is that they're selling. So they're double dipping, right? They're making money off of us, paying them to spy on us, but on top of that, they're not even spying on us for themselves. They're spying on us to sell our info to third-party companies. So that's fun too, you know. But anyway.
Do we need to do another roll call? Because I feel like people might have came in.
I think so too.
So why don't you do it, Mysterio?
Okay, let's see here. Let me see who came in while you were reading. Well, of course, Mandy Mortem came, just so you know.
I see you. Welcome, Mandy. It's good to have you. She is a Twitter queen. You're into his house. His house. His house.
Mr. Spook also got here while you were reading.
Really, Mr. Spook's cool. I see you. You're into his house. His house. His house.
Okay, Banshiba just got here.
I see you. Ban, as I call her. Welcome, Banshiba. You're into his house. His house. His house.
The Trash Stash is here as well, and he also gave you applause, which that's nice.
I see you. Welcome, Trash Stash. Thanks for being here, bro. You're into his house. His house. His house.
I can't say that. I'm not sure if somebody else did come and I just forgot. But I think UX only You know what I mean. I can't say it.
It's US only, baby.
Us only? I don't know.
I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house.
Okay, I think that is it for now. But if we did not get you and we did not give you a roll call, please let us know in the chat, because we don't like to miss anybody.
No, we do not. No, we don't.
Sometimes it gets me sad to see, that I go and I look and see that, the numbers, which is, it's a good thing that the numbers get higher for the replay, but at the same time, I kind of feel bad if I miss somebody's name or something, so let us know. But
you know what? I think we need to do a moment of silence for everybody that has been lost during this pandemic. And, let's give another moment of silence. We're going to do this every day until it's over. A quick moment of silence, everybody. All right, so that was the moment of silence for everybody, all the fallen due to this pandemic. Got to think about them. They're innocent victims in this horrible occurrence, and I want to give props to everybody who's been there for someone, who has been a shoulder to cry on for someone who has experienced a loss. Because sometimes it's good to be there as a rock for someone else who's going through something, emotional. So if you're doing that for someone else, good for you. That's the Z-Horde way, baby. It's the Z-Horde way. Be there for someone else. That's what we do. I want to say thank you to David D. Kilgore, who subscribed recently, and Mrs. Morgana as well. The Voice of Nightmares, thank you for also subscribing to the channel. I want to give thanks to everybody who has been following us on Twitter recently. We have gained a few extra followers, and if you're lurking in the background, well, I'd like to say thank you, and hey, don't be afraid to make yourself known. We're always looking to meet new friends and to have you guys network amongst each other in the chat.
So yeah, as some of you know, especially if you've watched a few of their shows recently, I myself have lost 2 people in the past month.
That's right, 2 folks.
Yeah, a childhood friend of mine, and also an uncle. So an
uncle through marriage, right?
Yes, through marriage. But since I was, he's still my uncle because,
of course,
since I was little.
Yeah.
And I never knew him any other way as uncle. So So
are they both in New York though?
Yes, both in New York.
Wow, both in New York. New York is a hot zone.
Yes,
it's one of the hot zones. I know. I grew up in New York, so, and I'm not there now. I'm in Massachusetts, but we're number 6 the last time I seen. So we're not that far behind. But I think about all of my friends and that I've left behind that I haven't seen in so many years, and I'm hoping that they're okay. Yeah.
I think that the states that are actually the hot zones, so to speak, as we are at the moment, are definitely the ones who need to have extra precautions. And just, it's better to be paranoid now than to be sorry later.
And something, April Bicep brought up a good point, Mysterio. We need to pray for the first responders, for all of the medics and all of the law enforcement officers that are out there in the streets. I think the homeless population is very at risk and susceptible, and we all know that beat walkers, cops, they have to deal with the homeless a lot of times, and we just gotta pray for our men and women in uniform that are out there day to day trying to keep us safe.
Yeah, totally. That's one thing that our prayers cannot fail on, is that You know, I honestly, I don't even know what to say because normally, you know, I don't know.
This reminds me of Jaws, but in the reverse.
You think so?
Instead of don't go in the waters, don't go outside. Don't go.
You know what?
Don't go into the air.
Yeah.
Stay out the air.
I think that there is a lot of, you know.
You're gonna need a bigger couch.
Tell me about it. Yeah. You know. I think that there is a lot of people benefiting from the chaos and the fear.
Oh yeah.
So I will say that
those people benefiting, that's going out there,
and that's not cool.
Hoarding and
not just that, not just the
price
hoarders.
gouging and all those things, you know, as well.
Yeah, the price gougers, number one. You know, the people who are unnecessarily raising prices on certain things, not cool.
Yeah, like eggs went up.
In our area, yeah, but in our area, you have to remember too, it is one of the hot zones. It's top 10. You know, we're in the top 10 of the list, so you have to remember that much.
Mandy Morden says, you want to talk about zones? She says it's rampant where she's at like 20,000 cases. She made her mom not let her grandpa leave the house. Good idea.
Well, yeah, the elderly and people with certain underlying conditions are people who definitely do not need to be going outside. I will give you an example. People with diabetes, people with high blood pressure, people with you know, things like that. Anything that affects your body, your immune system, your overall health. You need every bit of health to fight this as you can, including raising up your vitamin C levels in your body and your ability to fight germs.
I think I've seen somebody in the chat we forgot to mention.
Oh no.
It is Max Vision remote view class. I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house.
Thank you for being here, Max Vision.
I see really ominous audios. I'm not sure if we mentioned ominous audios, but I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house.
So yeah, please guys, keep your vitamin C levels as high as you possibly can without giving yourselves headaches. A new concoction, new recipe, anti-corona recipe, okay?
Yeah.
Now again, I'm not a doctor, check with your doctors.
Keep going.
And number two,
right.
Well, we already have it chopping, so might as well chop it up more.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
But yeah, and also this is not a cure, all right? This is not a substitute for anything like that, but it will boost your chances significantly. Number one, crushed garlic, all right?
But what if I'm a vampire, Miss Storia? Why do then?
Well, then you're screwed.
I can't have no damn crushed garlic.
Well, then you probably.
How about vitamin C, man?
So for the vitamin C element of this recipe that I am trying to give you guys would be lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. Okay, that's number one. Number two, garlic, and number three, cilantro. So what y'all are gonna do is with the cilantro, the garlic, and the fresh lemon juice is that you're going to blend these three things together. We don't need to blend them too long, just enough so that it all becomes, incorporated, so to speak. And then just put it on any of your savory food. Garlic. Food is always better with garlic, and cilantro is amazing. And whoever doesn't like cilantro, something's wrong with them. So, and lemon juice, well, like I said, fresh squeezed as well.
Yeah. I gotta say, I want to say hello to Fox Adventures. Fox Adventures. I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house.
Yay, hi Fox. But yeah, never mind Kenny. You know he likes playing with his toys, and the audio thingamajigger is one of his toys. So, how do you guys like the sound effects? You guys like it? Warrior Princess Dragon Couchner says, you're out of luck if you are a vampire with garlic. Yeah, you will be out of luck. Oh, ginger is also good, Banshiba. Ginger is also amazing as well. It helps you. Oh my goodness, there are so many good qualities to all of these herbs and spices and foods that I'm saying. Let's read some of the health benefits, right?
Yeah, you find that what I say to Mutant. Listen, if you got your meds, you need to pick them up, because I know the people are nut jobs at Walgreens, but you need your meds. You just gotta get them. You gotta get them.
Yep. Okay. So one of the health benefits of ginger, it says it contains gingerol, a substance with powerful medicinal properties. Let's see. It can treat many forms of nausea, especially morning sickness. So for pregnant women, that's pretty good, I guess. Just be careful, because you know you have to be careful with that. Ginger may reduce muscle pain and soreness, so flu-like symptoms. That also helps reduce that. Anti-inflammatory properties, it helps that. It can help with osteoarthritis. It may drastically lower blood sugars and improve heart disease risk factors, which of course is one of the are two of the underlying conditions that can complicate corona. A lot of people were saying, if you're a particular race or whatever, it could hurt you even more. But the reason for that is that
I just think if you have underlying issues such as any breathing issues like asthma, COPD, whatever. If you have those type of issues, you
can have a problem.
You're at higher risk. So I suggest you stay home as much as you can, or just take precautions with the mask, and social distancing is very important.
And of course, if you are a person with one of these conditions, try to change a few of your lifestyles. Hey, stop smoking and switch to vaping. Include things in your diet that will lower your blood sugars and all of the other things that can hurt your body and your conditions. If you have diabetes, well, guess what? Lower your sugar intake, raise up your cinnamon intake. Cinnamon, if you're gonna eat dessert, just put the cinnamon up in there. Cinnamon is really good with chocolate and almost any other dessert for that matter. Anything that's sweet pretty much goes well with cinnamon. So you can take that and put it in your ice cream, put it in your brownies, put it in any dessert you have. But also cut the amount of that sweet item or dessert or food or whatever in half, and double the amount of cinnamon. You know why? That'll help counteract it a little bit. I know, because I have a sweet tooth and I also have diabetes, so I have to be extra careful. I am a Black Hispanic female, so it's naturally it's my custom and my tradition that and my culture that I don't eat well. It's just the fact of the matter.
Okay, so I gotta say, hot sauce kills most germs. At least it feels like it. Says Mutant. Warrior Princess Dragon Couchner says that her sister goes to CVS for the meds. That's good. Gotta get the meds.
And you know what? Some pharmacies are delivering to the disabled and the elderly. So remember that. Okay, you guys? So that is also something that is good to know. Other places are delivering food as well, like McDonald's, from what I heard, and select stores are delivering food.
Well, they got the Uber Eats.
Yes, the Uber Eats as well.
There's another one.
Domino's is delivering.
No, there's another app, another Uber Eats is another food service.
DoorDash, I believe it's one of them. I think anyway. Miss, you know, if you guys know of any, please put it. Vinegar is an all-around immune booster, specifically apple cider vinegar. That is true. The trash stash, I try, as long as I remember, of course, is to take in a shot of apple cider vinegar every single morning on an empty stomach. I'm gonna put the health benefits of ginger right there in the chat if you guys want to look it up, you know, and read it a little bit, so that you know. And for that matter, I'm gonna do the same thing with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, let me see what's here with healthline.com. Let's see what it says that apple cider vinegar is good for. Let me read this real quick. It says here it can help kill harmful bacteria, which is true. It really can. It does kill bacteria, and you know, it gives it a hard time in your body, so that's good. And I think a lot of that has to do with the alkalinization of your body. I don't even know if I said that correctly, but that's what it does as well. It helps lower your blood sugar, again, manage diabetes as well. So those are things that are really important during these times. Weight loss, it helps with weight loss. Improves heart health in animals. Now it's very tricky to get the animals to eat that though, to drink apple cider vinegar. That is kind of it's difficult, but sometimes I like to put it in my cat's water, because first of all, it keeps the water from getting you know, for mold and mildew to grow in the water, in their little water receptacle thing that they drink in. Oh, it also boosts health, skin health. So that's another thing, you know. And there is dosages also on the bottle. And there's more research that you guys could do, but you should take it out, check it out. Let's see, cilantro. Let me look up cilantro, and you know, just to see what type of health benefits, right, it may have. Cilantro, let's see, it says here, okay, it rids the body of heavy metals. Ooh, heavy metals, that is a good one. Aluminum, arsenic, mercury.
I'm getting paid, baby. I hit the jackpot. I'm sorry. I was watching the stream Avatar.
It's okay. All right, so that's one. Oh, it reduces anxiety. Hello, cilantro. These days, who doesn't have on anxiety? Seriously, with everything that's going on. But, and you know something, mental health is such a big deal when it comes to healing. The more stressed you guys are, and the more you guys, the mind is a powerful thing, you guys, you know. So prayer, meditation, and I don't care who you pray to. That's not my business. My business is just that you pray, you know, for the good, not for the bad, you know, and that you bring out nothing but light, love, blessings to everybody, to yourself. And that is one thing that's very important these days, especially for your mind, body, and soul. And it is healing. Faith is healing. I don't care what anybody says, it is. And so is a good state of mind. So anxiety for cilantro, you guys, you know.
So Bathsheba wants to know, is that the same with coriander?
It pretty much is. It pretty much is the same. It's not exactly the same thing, but it has something called coriandrum.
Coriandrum.
Which is also a big ingredient in coriander. It's the same, pretty much the same thing.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, it reduces anxiety, lowers blood
I
sugar
definitely could use some of that lowering anxiety.
Oh yes, that is true. Lowers blood sugar levels. Very important, you guys. Again, the blood sugar levels. I cannot stress that enough. That is so important for you guys to keep up when it comes to, especially if you are Black and Hispanic. You really need to watch your blood sugar levels, your cholesterol levels, and your what was that other one, the blood pressure. your blood pressure. You have to mind those things. Those are the top 3 things that kill us, you know, and we're not even paying attention to that, you know, which is the most conditions that you see people having issues with when it comes to this thing. It just lowers your body system so much. It supports heart health.
And
okay?
cloves? How about cloves, Miss Stereo?
Cloves. Let me look up cloves.
Says
Hold
mutant
on.
artificial intelligence.
Okay. Well, let me see really quick to see. Yes, I did put up the link for coriander. Now I am going to look up.
Ominous Audio says faith is actually healing because of the person's expectation to get better. That's right. The mental works on the physical. All right, the mental, how you're feeling, how you're thinking affects your actual physical. So if you believe and you're gonna heal, faith healing and stuff like that, it probably is gonna work.
Of course, even let's say it wasn't real. Mind over matter, baby.
Mind over matter, yeah.
Powerful.
That's right.
The mind is ridiculously powerful.
That's right.
Okay.
No, I'm not scared of you, Banshee, but come on, baby.
Let's see. Oh, number 1,
you
cloves.
give me goosebumps, baby.
Cloves are high in antioxidants. Okay, cloves. Hello, cloves. Cloves also may help protect against cancer. Yes, it can kill bacteria, may improve your liver health. It helps regulate blood sugar, promotes bone health. Very important for you guys out there with stuff like
osteoporosis
and arthritis as well. It also may reduce stomach ulcers. So cloves are great for everything. Guys, keep up your herb. Listen, if you guys have your herb cabinet or drawer or whatever you keep your herbs and spices in, you guys have that stocked up and have a variety, to a large variety. You guys are gonna be good, you know, because even if you don't have food, you make yourself a good powerful tea, you will survive for a while, you know. So that's that. Dandelion tea. I cannot stress that enough. Did you guys know that dandelion tea can sustain you? Let's say if you're homeless and you have no food and you're living, you know, I guess in the wild or something, that will sustain you. Okay, first of all, tea, hello, it's water, so it sustains you. And another thing is, dandelion is full of antioxidants, boosts your immune system, helps you to lose weight, kills cancer cells, supports bile secretion, healthy digestions, and fights constipation. May be useful. It might be useful in skincare treatment, but the jury's still out of that. It may also help support healthy bones. Oh my god, it's highly nutritious. Highly nutritious. Helps fight inflammation, aid in blood sugar, reduces cholesterol, lower blood pressure, healthy liver, and so forth and so on. So you see, there's lots of stuff that God, Mother Nature, the universe, whatever you want to say, you know, and whatever you want to call it, there are benefits there. And there goes the link in the chat. And hey, you know what you should do, you guys? If you don't get all of these, just come back to the live stream, or come back to the replay rather of this live stream, and look in the chat and look at these links. I mean, I will tell you this much though. I have been raising the amount of these types of substances and foods in my body lately, and I will tell you, it really has been helpful to me. I've been feeling a whole lot better than I have in a long time, honestly. And so, you know, I can personally, at least for me, it's been working in a lot of the things that they actually profess, such as weight loss and blood sugar and everything. I'm feeling a lot better than I have in a long time. So, you know, but basil, guys, basil is another one that's very, very good. Let's see here. It says here, that, calcium, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, vitamin K, iron, vitamin A, vitamin C. Okay, stress is very, the basil essential oil is commonly used in aromatherapy to treat nervous tension, mental fatigue, melancholy, migraines, depression, and some, vomiting and nausea as well. So, basil is good for that as well. So, we have foods out there. And by the way, herbs and spices, not that expensive. Just depends on the brands that you buy, of course. And if push comes to shove, guess what? You go to Walmart, you get those little seeds, and you could start your own little garden at home, a little herb garden. Most of these little herbs and spices grow with very little use of light, sunlight.
Yo, I can't get into this game. I'm trying to get into this damn basketball game.
And are not that high maintenance, by the way. I am so sorry.
How about
what's
the cilantro?
happening?
You was talking about the cilantro.
I already did cilantro, baby, and I even put it in the channel. No, that's okay, honey bunch. So anyway, let me see. I'm looking because there is more. There's so many more. How about lemon juice? Let me look up lemon juice, even though we already know, vitamin C and all that other stuff. Okay, and these are evidence-based health benefits of lemon. Ready? Vitamin C helps control weight, prevents kidney stones, protects against anemia, reduces the risk of cancer, and improves digestive health, and so forth and so forth. There's more benefits to that. This is just some of it. This is stuff, that information that you guys can literally just find out if you just Google it. And we could just, if we were just to eat just a little healthier, we can do two things. One, reduce our medical bills. Even those of us who have public health, what do you call it, health insurance, public, even those of us who have it, you could at least save taxpayer dollars that way. Be healthier, go out. And right now I know we can't really go out much, but you know what you can do? You can go into your backyard and get some sun that way. If you have a balcony, you can get some sun that way. If you don't have either one, I'm pretty sure there is a possibility that once a day you can step outside your building just for about 15 minutes, wherever the sun is best, if push comes to shove. Also, your windows, some of your windows have really good sunlight, so it depends on the time of day. So just keep an eye out for those things. If you're afraid to go outside for whatever reason, you can do that. So try that. There is always a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. And so sunlight, let's see, vitamin D, vitamin C, and yeah, things like that. Those are very good. Things that have antioxidants in them also, very, very good. I like to make tea. Oh, don't even get me started with turmeric. Okay, you can totally. Turmeric is a big one also in the natural health community. Obviously, let's see here. We have here anti-inflammatory. So if you get swollen a lot and things like that, that can help you. It dramatically increases antioxidant capacity of the body. So antioxidants, very good for that. Brain-derived neurotropic factor. So basically, it is linked to improve brain function and lower the risk of brain disease.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm creasing because I have ADHD really bad, and I forget things, and I get scared sometimes thinking that what if someday I get something like Alzheimer's or dementia. But that's a scary thought. But women are more prone to it, for one, especially if you have ADHD or sleep apnea. That's horrible. It also reduces the risk of heart disease, and it can help prevent cancer. Okay, and in some cases even treat it. So that's that. Alzheimer's, like I said before. Arthritis patients respond very well to uh, turmeric. Let's see what else we have here. Depression, you guys. It can help lower depressions, okay, to help you fight depression. So come on, guys, this is actual food that you can put in your body. I put turmeric in my tea, you know, I add it with cinnamon. I use all sorts of anything that's a sweet spice, I'll put it in a tea. And some maybe not even sweet, like turmeric, and sometimes red onions I'll put in a tea. If we're having by the way, red onions is really good for things that have when you're having a cold and things like that, you know. Let me look that up so I can back it, you know, scientifically. Let me see here. Okay, packed with nutrients, low calories, high in vitamins and minerals, may be beneficial towards heart health. It's loaded with antioxidants, contain cancer fighting compounds. The red onions, guys, for real. Blood sugar, bone density, antibacterials, antibiotics, and especially since it's natural antibiotics, number one, your body will not really become resistant to it. That's number one. And it boosts digestive health, which is very important for the colon, your colon health, which is, you know, a number one risk factor when it comes to colon cancer and things like that. So that would help. Listen, the healthier we are, the better, right? Especially for those of us like me, hello, who have a sweet tooth and like to eat high in salt foods. You know, the one that you do have to be careful with, that I will say, is sea salt. Now, sea salt is one of those controversial things because yes, it can bring up, you know, how do you call it, your blood pressure. So you have to be careful with sea salt. You know, try to offset it as much as you possibly can with garlic. Try not to use so much because a little bit honestly goes a long way. But it does contain magnesium, calcium, and potassium, you know. You have to be careful though with high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and heart attack. So if you are already predisposed to get one of those things, don't mess with salt too much, any type of salt. So just be careful, okay? But if you are otherwise healthy, I also will not tell you to have too much of it because again, a little bit goes a long way. But calcium silicate, psyllium dioxide, yellow prostate of soda, iron, ammonium citrate, wow, potassium ferrocyanide. Those are a mouthful. So just be careful with the salt. Sea salt is, however, sea salt is very good for gargling, okay, because it does in fact kill germs. And if you find that the scope or mouthwash is just too harsh for you, you take some warm water, take about a teaspoon of sea salt, and this is for what, a cup of warm water. So it's about 8 ounces of warm water, about a teaspoon of sea salt, and about 4 to 5 drops of tea tree oil. You mix it as good as you possibly can till everything dissolves in there, and then you gargle with it. You know, wash your mouth and gargle with it. You can also use that to brush your teeth. Just again, be very careful with the high blood pressure and all of that, because yes, it can seep into your gums. Okay, so be careful with that. You know, but anyway, I think we've learned enough today about natural medicine. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm tired. It's a lot of talking. I don't know how you do it, honey. Honestly, I can't.
With a lot of water.
Yeah, that is true. We do bring up like 2-3 bottles of water bottles upstairs, and it's hot in here too. You know, the studio's hot.
It is. But congratulations to Bathsheba. She just won that last battle royale. I don't believe it. She don't believe it. Look at her face. Look at the emoji. I won. Yes, you won. We love you too, April. Thanks for being here, sweetheart. You're amazing. Yes, ominous. Bathsheba was slapping bitches like they owe her money.
Watch your profanity.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, ominous audio started it. Go to your room. Anyways, so Mysterio, what's going on, man? How you feeling though? Like, are you feeling good tonight? You feeling tired? What's the deal?
Well, I'm feeling.
You ready to wrap this up?
I'm tired in a good way because I feel like I've accomplished something.
A lot. Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I feel like, you know. By the way, you guys, the audios, I mean the visuals in the back has given us a lot of problems to try and get these new visuals to you guys.
Oh man, it took us like what, 2 or 3 days
Yeah.
to try to get these visuals up.
We're trying to figure
The
out
background.
Yeah, because we're always experimenting with visuals and audio here. At
Yes, because we're
Dezombified.
both visual and audio people.
Yes. Anything that has to do, especially trippy stuff. We love the trippy stuff. You know?
I wonder why.
I don't know, man.
Why do you think that is? I wonder why. Anyways,
It's a mystery.
we got somebody new in the chat.
Ooh.
Check it out. You never guess who it is. It's gonna rock your brain cells.
Spike Hunter?
Yes, Spike Hunter.
And he's here to kill gerbils.
I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
Nice. It's good to see you, man.
You know, but I'm totally in love
It's
with
good
the
to see you,
background.
bloke.
Yes, it is. I'm totally in love with the background. I'm not gonna lie. I love the background. I love.
Yeah, I could look at that for a hot minute.
I could honestly just stay there.
You know what? This
looking
song
at
is
it.
good too. Let's let them vibe to the song for a minute.
All right, let's try and see how this goes. Lower our mic to see what happens.
Alright, well, Mysterio's shaking her head. She's listening to the playback and she's not happy, so she's digging into the settings to make it better for you guys on the other side. You see, because we have two things going on here in the studio. We have the live stream on one PC, right? And then on the laptop where Mysterio's at, she's checking out the feed as if she's watching, you know, just watching the stream. So she gets to hear it from both. You know, it's a little confusing for her at times, she must admit, but that's what she's doing now. And she's not happy with the music sounding, so she's gonna try to hook it up. Hook it up, baby, hook it up. Mamacita linda. Don't know. So Mysterio says it sounds better when it's louder, so she's gonna leave it at this. So just vibe to the music for a little moment.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it's stabilizing at 2. So if I leave the music at 2%, it sounds like it will do good. You know, what I want to know is if, okay, good. So it seems to me that in addition to that, our microphone is staying steady as well. So far so good. So go ahead and talk, baby. I want to listen now.
All right, great. Hey, you know what? I see we have El Loco Nightmares. I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
Yeah, so thanks for being here, Loco. You know we love having you here. It's our brother from Chirac. From Chi-Town. Wepa! You know it, baby. So, let's see. Don't question the jams, bro. It says Omnis Audios. Let's see. Now that's not rocking. No, that's not rocking, says a local nightmare. Don't know what he's talking about. Let's see.
There is the playback again. The playback is back. I don't know why, but the playback is back.
Alright, well, Mysterio's getting into the music. Trying to figure out what's wrong. She's into it though. She's gonna figure it out. You'll see. I trust Mysterio. Don't you? Don't you trust Mysterio? I do.
It's me, baby.
That's funny. I like this little robot thing here. It's robot. Robato. Mi robato. Dorigato. Orogato. This is cool. I like this one. Anyways, we're gonna stay with this for a little bit. I like it. Goes with the trippy visuals, man. Cool. Anyways. Kenny, is your vibrator rattling your vibes? That's what it's meant to do. If it doesn't rattle your vibes, and it's not doing a good job. Take it back to the store and get your refund, Spike. Let's see. Warrior Princess has a kitty on her leg. Nice. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
Hi, Josie.
No, not Josie.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, Bansheeba's laughing at you, baby. Guess what?
Oh, that's cute.
She
Thank you
put
for
that
the
super chat up
sticker
there.
thing. It's so cute.
Yay.
She's awesome.
That is so cute. I love it. Thank you.
So sweet.
I love that kitty.
Yeah. It's cute. It's a fox.
Oh, it's a fox? I thought it was
Yeah.
a kitty. Oh my god,
No,
I'm
no.
stupid.
I said, listen, Warrior Princess has a kitty on her leg. So I said, hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. You thought it was Josie Kitty.
Yeah.
And she would give
it.
her the super chat, and you're looking at the fox thinking it's a kitty. Because you're kind of squanched. Give me that. Give me this back. Give me this back.
Oh.
Put this
No,
down.
I need some. I haven't even had any. That's probably
Oh,
why.
crap. Back away. Back away from the bomb.
Damn it. I got the munchies.
Put your
too.
hands down.
That's
Back
so-
away from the bomb.
Oh my god, now he's taking it away from me. That's not even fair. You know what I wish though? I wish that somehow, some way, I could help the live stream so that you guys can see the quality of the visuals that we are seeing from our end. because you know it does degrade a little bit over the internet, you know. But hey, you never know. Someday we'll be able to get, afford our own server and see what happens, you know. I really want to give you guys the best. We really do. But what else? It is what it is, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna look throughout the playback, because you know what we also read, that sometimes you put a video up on YouTube and the playback, sometimes it takes a few hours for the whole quality to show. So it depends on so many factors. That's crazy.
Well, she might take me out to the desert tonight because I took away her meds and she's not happy about it.
So if you hear that one day Kenny's just not around anymore, you know what happened, right?
Yeah, I like this song though. The song is this shit.
Went to the desert.
Ready? Vibing with this song right here. Yeah, this is my shit right here.
Ooh, this is my ish. I really love it. I really love it. This is my shit. Look at me, chick. Yeah, I got it in the. What? Oh, it sounds funky.
So that's Kenny freestyling
What's
for you
going
guys.
on? Pass me the bomb. Wanna get ripped like King Kong. I gotta give you that dong. Ding, ding, dingy, dingy, ding, dong. Make you sing it that song. Sing it that song all night long. Make you climb the walls. Make you wanna swing off these balls. Make you wanna give me that booty call. Truly, y'all.
Let me stop fucking around. Oh my god, I'm so high.
Ominous Audio says, ooh, bars. Oh, baby, you don't know? Kenny's got bars for days. What, you guys didn't know that? Tell me, Ominous Audio, did you know that Kenny got bars?
Alright.
Mutant Artificial Intelligence says he's out of bacon, but he has ice cream. Wait a minute. If you have ice cream, just put some cinnamon. What type of flavor of ice cream you have? Because this is really important. Although almost every type of ice cream goes good with cinnamon, but let me know. Waiting. Also, coffee ice cream is really good with a hint of nutmeg powder, which is awesome. Get the. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Ominous Audios. No way could I ever out-rap Kenny. I am not a lyricist. That's not gonna happen ever. Forever and a day. Never, never, never. I can out-sing him though. That I can do.
Yes, you can.
He can out-rap me, but I can out-sing him, so we could do that.
Yes, you can.
We have a riff off East Toast, but
let me be Miss Stereo. Come on, you're trying to get me out that rhythm.
No.
This is what I'm talking about. I need to have nice things sometimes.
Oh God.
Let me have nice things.
But it wasn't me. It was Ominous Audios. No, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, Ominous. But yeah, Kenny's a very gifted rapper. All joking aside, he really is gifted as a lyricist. I gotta say the truth. Now, if he writes for me, yes. If he writes for me, and if he coaches me, then of course, yes. But he would have to write for me and coach me, which, two guesses if that's gonna happen.
I've been telling Miss Stereo for a while now.
What?
And she could laugh all she wants.
Oh my God.
And you could say and act however you want, but you know it's the truth. I've been telling her, if you be quiet, let me say it.
Okay,
For the love of God, woman. I've been telling her forever, for eons, that we need to come up on here one day and just we're already squanched and we're already feeling it. So let's just sing some freestyle songs or do some, freestyle rap and do some, you know, maybe some karaoke or something, or some acapella something, but she be always fronting, yo. She be fronting, and she be like, oh, but other people do it. I'm like, yo, nobody got nothing on the lock, nobody got nothing on smash, everybody's doing everything.
That is
so
true.
To hell with who's doing what. I just want to be happy and have fun and let go. Like the girl Frozen says, let it go. And I want to let it go, but I can't. I can't let it go. I'm pretty sure you guys would have to kick out
baby,
of it.
you know, you just, you know, was freestyling. I say freestyle a little more.
No, man, listen, I want you to start singing to this right here.
How the... Oh my God, I'm not a good freestyler.
You be listening to this music all day and you be just coming out the song and now you can't do it. I call you bluff. I say, you know what, listen, I call shenanigans on you, Miss Stereo. Shenanigans.
I have no idea.
Shenanigans.
That's like saying I can freestyle, and we clearly know that I cannot freestyle. Okay, let me listen to the song.
That song celebrate.
And she was dabbing. That is so funny. I really like this song though. It kind of, and I like the way it goes with the visuals, but I got nothing, man. I'm not a freestyler. You know, so just give me a song. What the hell?
Whatever song.
Oh,
Any
damn.
song that sounds like it, baby. You know what? Alright, then let's move on then. I don't want to put the stereo under the pressure.
Just put me on the spot.
Just forget about it.
Oh my God,
whenever you feel it, baby.
Pixelpia.
Oh, Pixelpia. Nice. I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
Welcome, Pixelpia. It's good to have you here.
Pixel. We love Pixel.
Yeah, we damn sure do.
Yes. Oh man,
She has her own channel. As a matter of fact, a lot of people here do if you're lurking. And if you don't know, man, she was a TikToker, but also a YouTuber. And, you know, we got Pixelpia here. So there's a lot of people that have channels and create content. So just pick one. Hit the 3 dots next to their name and check them out. Go to their channel. You never know what you might find. Never know.
That is true. We have a large community.
Gotta explore.
Here at Dezombified.
Indeed.
The Z Horde is vast.
Massive.
It really is. It's much bigger than our numbers reflect, honestly, to tell you the truth. Because, like, if you go to Twitter alone, we definitely have more followers on Twitter than we do here. But I think everybody does. But it's still, you know, there's a lot of members of the Z Horde that, you know, aren't even within the ranks here at YouTube. Can't wait till they get here. You know, they haven't been able to migrate over here yet, but hey, you know, everything in due time, right?
Yep. So we have Midwest, Flesh, Urbex. Yeah, Urbex. I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
Yes, indeed, you're into his house with us, Stereo Dread, Miss Stereo, and myself, Kenny Dreadful. It's good to have you here. Please make yourself comfortable in the chat, mingle with the other participants, and enjoy the visuals and the music. Hope you're staying safe.
Yes, totally. You know, by the way, you guys, if you want to put up in the chat where more or less you are from, let us know.
Yeah, where you from? Right now we're in Massachusetts.
Yep,
Massachusetts.
We're originally from Harlem, New York, though. You guys,
Originally,
just so
yeah.
you know, because somebody did ask earlier, we are from Harlem, New York City, baby.
But it ain't where you're
Born
from,
and
it's where you're
raised.
at. And right now we're at Massachusetts.
That's true. So if you want to, if not, you can say originally where you're from. If you don't feel comfortable saying where you're at, that's fine. We feel comfortable because
I'm at my skin.
I'm in my skin.
I'm
when
at
I
my
jump
skin
out,
right
you
now.
jump in.
So I'm at my skin.
You taught me that. You don't remember that?
Say that again, sweetie. I was talking.
I'm in my skin. When I jump out, you jump in. Yeah, I'm fine.
Why you banging? Kids are sleeping. This is that.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. Don't
That's
wake
cute.
the baby. Don't wake
Ominous audio is from Canada. What is that about? I don't know what that's about. We got the Trash Dash from California. We got Midwest is from the Midwest.
I'm guessing anyway.
Ominous audio is from Planet Earth. I'm over at Planet Earth. Nice. Hey, right back at you, Midwest Flesh Urbex. Let me see. Pixel Pia says, I'm from Sweden, but live in New Jersey at the moment.
Oh,
On Florida? Wait, what?
But at the moment, she's in Florida.
At Florida. Oh, okay.
Wow, girl, you know.
All right.
You traveling, you are, I love you, girl.
Well, Trash Dash says they grew up in Chicago, though. Another Chirac. Somebody else from Chirac.
Midwest Flash says Gary, Indiana. Well, all right.
Indiana, that's the home of the Indiana Pacers and the Indianapolis 500. Right?
I like how you turned it off and you didn't pass it to me. That's really rude.
I told you you're too squanchy, still.
I say I'm not squanched enough.
I'm just trying to look out for your best interest.
I'm not squanched enough, baby. I'm not. You know when I'm totally squanched enough? When my knees don't hurt because of the fibromyalgia and those little spots all over the body. Did you know that little toddlers can have fibromyalgia?
Oh no. Toddlers? Who told you this? Was this the scientist? Was it the scientists or the doctors, damn it? Who told you this?
Well, actually, I was doing some reading, some light reading yesterday, and I came across a vlog that was talking all about it, about fibromyalgia and the age ranges. People think that it's only a female disease, and it's not. Babies get it. There's all ages, all genders. People get it all the time. Even some animals like cats and dogs can have fibromyalgia. Honey.
Say what?
Cats and dogs can have.
Yeah, this was definitely the scientist that told you this, or maybe the veterinarians. Maybe they're all in it together. But let's see.
Hold on, let's get.
Sounds like a Facebook. Sounds like a Facebook fact, says Midwest.
No, actually, I was reading it in a blog. Oh, damn it! Now you're gonna make me look it up. Seriously.
Damn it! See, this is why I take this away from you, because you're all over the place.
All right, I'm
but you know what? Spike Hunter says they're from Kazakhstan. It's nice. I bet it's nice.
Where's Kazakhstan? I'm sorry, pardon my ignorance.
That's in the Middle East, I'm guessing. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Let's see. A local nightmare says experience the monsters at the start of the crew. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, he was going through some stuff. He was definitely going through some stuff. They were a local was in Texas. Well, Kazakhstan is by Iraq, says a local nightmare. Bathsheba says, quoted from a movie. Oh, that's a quote from a movie from Kazakhstan. It's nice. That's that movie with what's his name? Borat, right? Is that the movie, Bathsheba? Borat. I think that's from Borat, Bathsheba. I love this one right here. This background is dope. Dope. And this song is really mellow, man.
All right, so there are studies right now being conducted on animals who are suspected of having fibromyalgia, mostly cats and dogs. You cannot diagnose this in other animals, such as
it's a nice. I'm from Kazakhstan. It's so nice.
Okay, so yeah, but toddlers can get it. They can. That's a sure thing. Because they're human, right? They can tell you, ouch. And the way that fibromyalgia is diagnosed, one of the ways anyway, is through a series of pressure points. Okay. So the way that I'll tell you how I was tested. There were two things that they did to me. Number one, they did some sort of electroshock test. Okay, the same thing that they use for RLS and carpal tunnel syndrome. They did that, and they did a combination of that and pressure points. And I would say yay or nay to where it hurt and how much pain from the pain threshold 0 to 10. Also, but in animals such as cats and dogs specifically, they are looking for reactions of the pets to see whether or not it hurts. Now, they haven't come up with a surefire test, not even for humans, nevertheless animals, but the interesting things with cats and dogs is that they communicate with humans probably more than any other animal, and monkeys, they're other ones as well.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Something very interesting popped up in the chat. So Midwest Flesh Urbex is saying, why can't we click the dots and check out channels anymore? Is that true?
Yeah, that is very true. It cannot be done in a live stream anymore, anywhere actually.
Why?
Anymore. I guess they don't want channels promoting other channels. They don't. And it's another
not
thing
only
with
that,
sub for sub
and
as
not
well.
only that, and not only that, but now how you gonna find out who's a freaking troll?
Well, you have to take their name,
in a fake ass
copy it,
account,
paste it in the good old-fashioned way. Copy paste the name. Oh, and by the way, when you get to the tab, to your other tab, and you copy paste their name and you get the results, filter the results. There's a little filter button in every search results, and filter it to channels. That'll help you.
Que marica, coño, marica.
Yeah, they're making it as difficult as possible for channels to promote other channels. Well, hello and welcome. Good to see you, Jay Lynn. It's been a while, but welcome back.
I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house. Man, and you know something else though. Not only, remember when they gave us like it was like a messaging feature type of thing. Remember when you were able to have like a little group chat,
the YouTube Messenger,
and then they took it away. And then now they're taking away the 3-dot thing where you can check out chat. Yo, this is weird.
As soon as they
no, wait a minute, hold up, sorry. We love you. We love you so much.
Yeah, we love you too. So, David and Svigman is here as well. Hi, David.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I see you. You're in his house. His house. His house.
Also, thank you, Jay Lynn, for that donation of $2. Thank you for the super chat. That's
that was sweet. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. I love this background. I'm feeling it.
Me too.
It looks amazing here, like on the PC where we're streaming it from. I don't know if it looks that amazing on the other end. I wish it did. If you could see this from my side, like, damn, that's crazy. But hopefully it's transitioning well to your end, wherever you may be, on a cell phone, maybe on a laptop, or maybe on a tablet. Maybe you're watching us on a television set in 4K, 8K even. You might be rich and a big baller with an 8K television. Who knows where you're watching us from? You might be here in America. You could be in South America. You could be in Africa, South Africa, in the Congo, and in Brazil. Maybe you're in Italy. Morocco? Are you in Greece? Who knows where you are? But I know on my side it looks fresh, fly, dope, all that stuff. All those words. Jalen loves the background, says it's rad.
Oh,
Thank you. Man,
Thank
Sheba
you.
says it is.
We're trying to make it
Thank you,
even
sweetie.
better, honestly. We're trying to make it better, trying to get better quality to you guys.
Always trying.
Yeah.
Endless trying.
Because the quality, you know what it is? We set the bar really high because,
That's all we got.
you know,
That's all
well,
we got.
that's true. That
got
is all we
nothing else.
got.
We
It's
got-
trying to be as innovative
We
as
just
possible.
gotta, yeah, that's all we could do for it. So we got.
Yeah, that's true. And then another thing is the way that we're seeing it. Honestly, it disappoints us because it looks
I know.
so much better on
Here.
our PC
I know.
than it does on the playback.
Like that.
So
But
it
hopefully,
disappoints
like, but you know what? They do some processing stuff right away,
Mhm.
and it takes effect a few hours later even.
me. Yeah.
So like tomorrow in the afternoon,
Mhm.
it might look amazing because they have finished processing it and everything.
Oh my god.
Then you check back tomorrow, it looks crazy. You'll see. Watch. I believe it. I believe it will.
Well, guys, come back.
420. It's 420 all the
Tomorrow.
time, baby.
Woo-hoo.
It's always 420. Non-stop.
That is so funny.
That's right, Spike.
That's in 5
Bathsheba
more
is
days,
from
by the way,
Mars.
from us.
Bathsheba is from Mars. She is a Martian from outer space. Aliens from another planet, we are invading you, Earthlings. Take us to your kneeler, please. I need a dub sack right now. What? You need a dub sack, dude. You don't be traveling halfway across the cosmos.
Oh no.
Halfway across the damn galaxy. And you ain't packing some trees.
Wait, mutant artificial
You're damn
intelligence
crazy.
says that his epilepsy is acting up.
Oh, damn, no.
I am very sorry if that's true.
no,
I
no,
was
no, no,
born
no,
with
no, no.
epilepsy, and I will tell you, seizures are not fun. Like, am I crazy, mutant, or is it just me? Can you actually like hear your seizure when if you have one? I haven't had one in years, but I remember that there was a sound that I would hear whenever
You had an episode.
seizure.
Yeah.
Whenever I had a seizure, I remember there was a sound, and it wasn't something that I heard in my ears. It was almost as if it was, and I know it's gonna sound crazy what I'm gonna say, but it sounded like it was in my consciousness, in my soul.
Oh boy.
That's what it felt like. There was a sound, and it was almost like roaring.
Right.
Oh, he was just joking about the epilepsy because of the visual.
Oh, okay.
I hope not, because I thought it would have triggered
Ba-dum-bum.
mine. That was funny. I thought it would have triggered mine as I was like editing the video. So
Yeah, but what happened to Mysterio? She was talking, man, about hearing it, like.
Oh yes, there was a sound.
Hearing it in your
associated-
sweat, in your spirit.
Yeah,
What?
in my soul.
In your soul.
I'm sorry because I know that sounds
What
a
does
little
it sound
crazy,
like?
but it was
What was
almost,
kind of
it
a
sounds like
sound?
hell. Honestly,
Oh,
it
damn.
sounds like large, sporadic.
Really?
You know when you're hearing an
Yeah.
audio that's choppy and it keeps
Yeah.
cutting in and out?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like on a spirit box.
Uh-huh.
That's how it sounds.
All right. Wow.
But
That is
yelling
strange.
and screaming and roaring, like lions roaring. But all at once. Yeah, like that. But all at once. But choppy as well.
I like that.
Something like that.
I don't know, man. I ain't
But
no damn lie.
that's more like a growl. This was not guttural. This was more high pitched
Mhm.
and like just. It was like listening to hell.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know if you guys ever heard
Well,
of that.
I've never heard
recording.
that sound, and I don't want to.
Well, okay, the thing that comes closest for me is
No, thank you.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of that sound that they claimed that some scientists in the 80s found. Like
Yeah,
a
it was
portal
some.
to
I think
hell.
there was Russian excavators or German or German excavators. There was and
yeah, they were geologists.
they were geologists, and they
Mhm.
dug like I don't know how many miles into the earth, and they sent some sound equipment and stuff in
Yeah,
there.
very modern for the time and
Very
very,
modern,
very
yeah.
advanced.
Advanced.
Now, you need to understand, scientists are about 30 years ahead of us in technology. Okay, so that would probably be close to where we are at now.
Okay.
All right. Maybe the 90s. Okay, back in those. No, actually, no. It's more close to where we are at now.
Anyway, what's the point, Miss Stereo?
The point is that their technology
what did they pick up?
And was extremely loud.
What did they pick up?
They picked up what they could only perceive to be as sounds from hell, people yelling and screaming.
So when they listened back, when they were listening, they heard like people screaming and everything.
In the bad place. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that word hell, but you know, the afterlife.
Okay.
The bad place.
All right.
You know, and it sounded.
That's crazy.
Like that, according to them. And the thing is that
I remember that recording. I heard it. It was chilling, very bone chilling.
It really was.
It's right here on YouTube, so if you wanted to look at it, you'll find it. Good night to Jay Lynn, and I also want to say good night to let me see, Spike Hunter.
Yes, good night,
Spike Hunter, our friend from South Africa, right? Thank you for being here.
Yes.
I see someone else has joined us, dear, in the chat. It is the one and only Baron Von Pasta. Can you believe it? No. I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
And by the way, El Loco Nightmare asked about the recording. I'm gonna go look it up right now, and I'm gonna put a link
it's a
in the
recording,
chat.
right? It's Go ahead, Mysterio.
So when you guys want, you guys can come back to the replay. All these links that we put up, you come back to the replay, baby, and you tap on all of them. And you get a wealth of information. Plus, you also help us out because it's an extra view for us, right? And I know you guys love us and want to help us out all the time. So yeah, do that, baby. You know, that's the best way to get all these links. Is just come right back in. Don't interrupt your viewership now. Wait till, you know, tomorrow or something. Come back.
Or just open it in a tab and
open it in
just keep it there until we're done.
Yeah,
appreciate that, my friend.
And so we did a video, like kind of like a mini
documentary.
Kind of, yeah, like a mini documentary on the subject of health.
And no, it was basically more like near-death experiences of us people saw on the other side.
Yeah, the bad part though. The bad part.
Yeah, we never got around to doing the good part. That's the part 2 we gotta do.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah.
We have to do that at some point.
And then maybe a part 3 about the other places. They call it the
Oh, the in-between.
In-between.
Call it, I forgot the name of it.
I know, limbo or something like that.
Yeah. So that's very, very.
Of course, you could say something. What is up, El Loco? Loco wants to say something.
I love
what
it.
Is up?
What is up? I'm looking for the link, by the way, to find, you know, that specific video that we did that we read.
Byron Von Pasta says Wiki says it's a hoax.
Okay. That's okay. I understand. But the point is that that's what it sounded like. That's the sound that I remember whenever I got a seizure. That's what it would sound like, honestly.
I'm dying to know what Loco wants to talk about. I think he wants to talk about what happened when he was in Texas, right?
Oh, and by the way,
is that what it is?
Yes, he said the story he's putting together about his trip to Texas. Ooh, we want to know about that.
Okay, yeah. So he wants to tell us.
Audios, we were talking about purgatory. I'm sorry, but I had to get that. But go ahead. So yes, ominous audios, purgatory. That's what we're talking about. We gotta look into that too. And we believe that you're serious and Loco Nightmare. Go ahead.
I think he wants to probably talk to us about it. That's what it is. Is that what it is, my friend? You want to talk to us about it? You want to come into the chat? We could try it, but if the stream crashes because we're running like these stream avatars and another program, I don't know how many programs we got open on the PC, but I think we got like, let me see how many. I'll just give it a look, see. You hit the tab, right? That's how you find out?
No, just it's right there in the Windows. Just hit the little Windows thing there on the screen.
This?
No, the other one. Down. One.
Oh, this thingy. Alright, cool. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got like 5 programs running, but we could try to probably open up and do something else. We'll see. And if it crashes, then it wasn't meant to be. And we see everybody on the flip side. Probably tomorrow, the day after that. We'll be back.
He's talking in the chat, so The story he's putting together. Okay.
Oh, I'll do it Friday. Okay, okay.
Okay.
He says, I wish it had been Bigfoot or the Dogman. I wish it had been Bigfoot or the Dogman. This was worse. Okay. Oh, I see someone else in the chat. Check it out. It is the one and only, the queen of the creepy channel crawl, 2019. Queenie Todd. I see you.
You're in his house. His house. His house.
He said he'll do it Friday. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
If we go live Friday, sure.
Yeah.
I'm always down to go live, but it all depends on how Miss Stereo feels, because once again, her fibromyalgia be acting up sometime. And
it does.
Sometimes she gets a little flare up or whatever, something else, and I can't just like let's do it,
But you know what, really quick.
But in the future, we did discuss that there might be times where she might go on by herself if I'm not feeling well and up to it, but want her to go on. And the same thing goes for myself. There will be a time where I'll just come on alone and it'll be just me. And she's cool with that. So these are things we both understand in our world going forward.
So yeah, I had to fast forward those visuals in the background because for some reason that particular thing is like way too busy for the screen. So I just put these little paint droplet thingamajiggers. I think that's a little bit better and easier.
Oh, I
on
love
the
those.
eyes, honestly.
Those are beautiful.
Them. Right?
They are beautiful.
Right? You know who will appreciate those colors right there? That color palette thing, whatever droplets that it is Queenie Todd. Because did you know that Queenie Todd's an artist? Did you guys know that? She is an artist.
I'm pretty sure the folks that were here when we had her on, we were interviewing her. I'm pretty sure those that were here for that interview know this to be true. And she's amazing.
Hello.
I was like, wow, she was showing us some stuff.
Yeah, she was showing us.
She also has a birthday coming up soon, a live stream. Be sure to check that out. Set your reminders for that. I believe it's on the 24th. So keep an eye out for that.
Happy birthday, Queenie. Oh my god, that's gonna be so much fun. I bet it is.
So Ben Sheba says that the doctor wants to test her for FM. Fibro. What's FM?
Fibromyalgia.
No.
That shit hurts.
Can't be FM. That's the fibromyalgia's FM?
Yeah, some people call it FM, some people call it fibro, just fibro. You know. So I don't know, I think it's gonna be fun to see Queenie Todd's live stream. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Can't wait for that. So is that gonna be a live stream, baby, or how do you call that? Premiere, rather. Which one is it gonna be? Live stream or premiere?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I saw it as I was scrolling through some stuff, and it caught my attention. I'm like, birthday. Okay, mental note.
Yeah.
Got it.
Queenie's always fun.
Queenie says she also has fibro, so she feels you.
That shit hurts. Feel free, guys, to look around our channel. We do have an interview with Queenie Todd on the channel somewhere back in the early days of Stereo Dread. I am going to look over here. Let me see something. It was shortly after the Creepy Channel crawl, by the way, also.
Mutant Artificial says that green artwork is so cool, Queenie. And she says yes. Alright, well, you know what? I think it's time for us to head on out of here, Miss Stereo. I think we had a blast. We read a story. We gave some interesting views on certain things, and I don't know, we had a good time with the folks in the chat. You were speaking some herbal things to help folks boost their immunity and health.
Yes, remember, you guys, nowadays boosting the immunity is one of the most important things you guys can do right now for your health, for yourselves, for your family members. Remember, for surfaces, vinegar and lemon juice are both things that kill germs, and they're not harsh on the lungs. Okay, and they're natural and non-toxic. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Midwest Flesh Urbex says, glad I stopped by my friends. I'll be back again and gonna hit that bell, yo. Thank you so much. That is very sweet.
That is awesome. Thank you. It's a party.
That's right, baby.
No, it's a party.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's kind of difficult sometimes to keep up with the chat. So can you imagine those ginormous YouTubers that have flying chat?
Oh my gosh, flying chat.
Even in slow mode, I still won't be able to keep up. It's crazy, But we will try, and that's why we are. That's why we have a wonderful mods now, because they are. They're on it. Our mods are on it. They're awesome. Thank you so much, Ominous Audios. He says that this was an awesome stream. Well, thank you. Queenie Todd says that they would lose their mind. I would lose. Yeah, I already lost half of my mind. That's right. Queenie Todd is down with the wolf pack. Queenie Todd has her wolf pack. So,
oh yeah.
That's the wolf. Whoop, whoop.
I like both. So I'm like, because I like both, I think I'm that dude from that movie, the one that's half and half. And,
Underworld.
Underworld, yeah, I'm like that dude.
Yeah, that's definitely you.
That's me, because I like both.
He loves vampires and werewolves.
I can't. It's like, it's hard, man.
It's hard.
How can you choose?
I can't choose.
I can't.
I'm lying.
I won't choose.
I'm lying.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I know who it is.
Well, who?
Is the vampires?
No. I love werewolves way more than I love vampires too, but I love my werewolves. Baby.
That's right, baby.
The Howling.
Yeah.
Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Love those movies. They're awesome.
Yeah. And I'm a beast.
Yes, he's a beast. Queenie Todd says that their heart chose. Oh, I totally feel it though. It's it's animal magnetism that the werewolf has. Baby, you're a beast. You howl at the moon all the time.
Queenie. Let's be a wolf pack together.
We'll be a zombie wolf pack.
I hear you. I hear you.
That is so awesome. Okay, I think that the sound is gonna get annoying.
Okay,
you don't
baby,
want
I just
people
had
to
to do
get
that
tired
one.
of it.
Yo, listen, I got a lighter here. Don't force me to use it. Back up. Back up with the insults.
Turn it on.
Back up with the insults.
Where is it? Light it up.
Filet mignon you.
Yeah. Where is it? Light it up, man. All right, you guys. I love you.
You always think
and
you're
I wish
slick with the mouth. Yeah, lippy.
Love hanging out with you guys. We really do. But it's getting that time where you see when my words are slurring and I'm getting a little, he giggly. You know what that means, right? That means it's that time. I need a snack and I need to lie down. Please come back and watch the replay in a few hours. If it's early where you're at now, tomorrow.
Yes, it's time to leave. This is Kenny Dreadful MD. I am signing off, and I will see you, my children, again until we meet. Watch your six.
Yes, well, thank you for showing up, you guys. Love you. And as always, Dezombified friends, watch your six. He's all